Elisa, thank you so much for buying my meal today. Your little sister sure is really cute, isn't she?
Sam is really cute. But what is going on right now? Coming over to the house and standing there with Dad, dragging along a little girl you're calling my little sister. What did you even have to say to my dad? It's been so long since the last time you both have spoken, and I'm not sure he's too happy to see you back around. When Grandma found out you were out there, she called the police on you, didn't she?
So that old hag is still alive?
Do not call my grandma that. To me, she's pretty much my mother after you left. The real old hag in this situation is you now.
What? I happen to always look like I'm at least 10 years younger than I really am.
Take a look at reality for me, please. You are far into your later years now, and it's showing. Also, I think you've really gone and ticked off Dad by coming here out of nowhere today. So from now on, please don't do things like that again. I just got back home and he is pacing back and forth murmuring about how you have the nerve to do something like that.
Why is he mad at me? I just came all the way out here to see my daughter is all. I honestly didn't want to see him at all, but he was at the house with you.
Are you kidding me? You have no right coming out here to see me when you were the one that never took care of me in the first place. All because you were out sleeping with other men. If you really wanted to meet me today, then you would have asked me first and set up a time to meet somewhere that is not my grandma's home. But honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to go out and meet you anywhere else anyway. And the only reason I took you away from the house to go have something to eat was to keep the little one away from being involved in any of your trouble. If you're happily married to another man now, then don't come back here to bother us.
I'm not married right now, but there were plans to get married before. But I had the little girl a little bit before we planned to be married, which led to this massive fight where we both ended up going our separate ways and never got married.
I see. Well, that man made the right choice, I think.
And just when I was starting to think you'd grown to be a nice little girl again, you say something rude like that. I came all the way out here to come and see you, and this is how you're treating me?
You were the one that came out here yourself. I never asked for you to come back, so shut it.
Well, when I had talked with Sam about how she has an older sister, she started to ask about you more, always asking me to take her to you.
This time you're taking care of her properly, right? None of that crap you did to me anymore, right?
Well, of course I am. I'm sure you can tell by just looking at her, but for being in only 4th grade, she's a real beauty, right? I would never leave a cutie like her alone.
Is that right?
When you were her age, you were so easy to forget about because of how unattractive you looked. But to see that you become such a decent-looking young woman, I'm shocked.
Are you trying to cause trouble here? If all you're trying to do is make fun of me here, then don't ever talk to me again.
Then why haven't you gotten around to blocking my number yet? And just a bit ago, you got Sam's phone number from her, right? I'm thinking that being able to meet with me today really made you happy.
I'm not happy about it, and the reason I got her number from her is in case we ever need to talk more. Also, the only reason I haven't gone and blocked your number yet is to keep you from talking with Dad.
Why would I ever want to talk with your dad? I don't have any interest in that serious and emotionless man you call your father.
But right after the divorce, you were texting him and calling him over and over again about how you needed money, right?
Don't tell me the reason he stopped replying to me was because of you.
Dad is too nice. So back when I was in middle school, I made him promise me to never ever talk to you again. And I made him block your numbers in all your social media accounts.
Huh. After all the hardships of birthing you, you've really turned into quite a jerk. Your mom is so sad because of that.
Would you stop calling yourself my mom already? I do not think of you as anything more than an annoyance now.
Elisa, are you that stubborn in the workplace as well? In this world, being that kind of stubborn is not a very good thing. You need to become a little more open-minded in order to make yourself look decent.
I don't want to hear that from someone like you. And to be honest, you're the only person I'm this stubborn with. The reason for that is because you're a walking disaster.
You really just keep it coming with all of the mean comments about your mom, don't you? In the past, you've always said how much you loved me. In order to keep Samantha from never ending up as the cold person you have, I'm going to raise her right.
Go ahead. And that means you're going to actually need to worry about her and treat her like a human being. Unlike the way you treated me back in elementary school.
Yeah, understood. Anyway, glad I got to see your face today. Congrats on finding yourself a job. I wonder what you'll be buying me with that first check you receive.
What kind of ridiculous things are you saying now? The only thing I'm thankful for is you giving birth to the child you had with Dad. Besides that, you are nothing more than a stranger to me. Now, you never come around our house again, you freak.
Elisa, let's go out to eat this month.
I'm not going out to eat with you again.
What? But Sam keeps going on about how she wants to see you again. Is it okay to say no to her like that?
And I've told her the reason why I say no. That's because I don't want to see you anymore.
You don't have to meet me any, as long as you meet with her. Right now, she's not having much luck making friends at school, so she's all on her own right now.
She's not making any friends? Why not?
Well, it's probably because she's too pretty for everyone there. They may all be in 4th grade, but young girls like her are the worst when it comes to playing nice. They always think about themselves and get jealous when another girl is better than them.
If she's having problems with friends at school, then why don't you go and tell the school about it?
Even if I tried that, they wouldn't be able to do anything. The only person that can do anything is Sam herself. I was in the same boat as her when I was that age. Too beautiful for any of the girls in my grade, which led to me never making any friends. This is just how it is to be naturally beautiful.
I don't think it was because of your looks that you were never able to make any friends back then.
Oh, God. You seem to know so much about your own mother.
Well, you and Sam are two completely different people. I was only able to meet with her one time, but compared to you, I can tell she doesn't mean any harm. She doesn't center the whole world around herself like you.
Is that what you think? Well, I suppose she didn't get everything from me, did she? Unlike the way you were born, acting all tough and direct about your feelings like me, she doesn't ever talk back to me.
Don't compare me to you. I'm nothing like you at all, okay? I get that I might have some of your genetics, but the people that raised me into the woman I am was my dad and my grandma, as well as the rest of the good people around me.
Sure. So, are you going to let Sam meet with you again? You both are sisters, after all. Also, Sam doesn't have any friends of her own right now. She's all alone. You would never turn away your poor little sister in her time of need, right?
I feel bad for her situation, but I don't really want to meet her. I'm afraid that by meeting with her more, you will use that as a way of talking to me more often, and I don't really like that.
Then can I tell Sam? Tell her that her older sister hates her? And that's the reason why you don't want to meet her?
Huh? Are you freaking kidding me? I never said that I don't want to meet her because I hate her.
Then please go and meet with her. I want you to have a cute little sister to bond with.
I do not want her to be around me, okay?
But you're becoming an adult now, right? It's the responsibility of an adult to help lonely and sad kids out when they're in need.
Then why don't you be her friend? Or are you not aware of how to do that? I'm sure you're not, because when I was her age and was feeling lonely, you would leave the house to go have sex with another man.
Oh no. Don't tell me you're still upset about all of that. Perhaps you're jealous of Sam because I'm taking good care of her. Oh my, you really aren't like an adult at all.
It's not about that, okay?
Then tell me what this is all about, Elisa. All I can tell is that you're jealous of her, and that's why you're picking on her like this.
Hey, I'm asking you to please screw off and leave me alone. The only reason I took you out to eat the other time is because you had Sam with you. If it was just you that came over that day, then I would have let the police take you away. I wanted to be like more of a mother than you, so be happy that I was kind enough to care for Sam's feelings then. What the hell do you want from all this?
I don't want anything, really. I just feel it would be great for Sam to have an older sister like you around her is all.
So this is just about her then? You don't seem to care at all about how I feel. You have not changed one bit from your past self.
You are becoming an adult now, so you should just let go of everything that happened in the past. So, are you going to meet with Sam? Or are you not going to meet with her? If you're not going to meet with her, I'll make sure she never wants to see you again by telling her you hate her. Is that what you want?
Stop threatening me like that.
Elisa, I happen to know what's really going on here. You are too nice to let something like that happen. So, you're going to meet with Sam again for me, right? The last time when Sam got to see you, it made herself and myself so happy. I understand that you hate me enough to not want anything to do with me, but you don't have anything against her, right?
I understand that I have nothing against her.
So then, you'll meet with her, right? I'll let her know that right now, so later on you both talk about what you guys want to do together. And by the way, her birthday is coming up, so take her out and buy her something nice, please. She'd be so happy about that.
Stop deciding things for me, you freak! I never said I would meet with her yet.
Don't worry, you're going to meet with her. I'll get in touch with you again when I need something else. Please have a fun time with her, all right?
Sam, were you just trying to call me? I'm sorry for not picking up. I'm out of the house right now and I didn't realize you had been calling me at the time. Is something going on?
Alisa?
What's wrong?
Alisa, help me. I've only been able to drink water. I want you to give me some money, please.
What do you mean you've only been able to drink water? What? Where's your mom?
She left me here and moved away.
Huh? She moved out of that house? What? Why?
She said it was a bother having a child from a previous relationship. She said that and then left me all alone here.
You're joking, right? Just wait a second. How long have you been alone for?
5 days.
All right. I'm going to come over there right now. Do you know what your address is?
I know what it is. I'm sorry if I'm causing you any trouble.
You're not causing me any kind of trouble. I'm sorry about that horrible person. You should have never had to call a person like that your mother. I'm sure it's been very hard living with her.
It has always been scary living with her, so I'm okay. But this time, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm sorry. If you could just give me some money, I'll take care of myself.
Samantha, you don't have to struggle on your own anymore. First, I'm going to have you come live at my house.
I can't do that. If you can just give me some money, I'll be able to take care of myself.
I don't think you'll be able to, though. You're far too young to be living on your own right now, so please, just come back to my house with me. You're only in elementary school still and shouldn't have to live like that.
I can do this myself. I was told I have to figure things out on my own. If I don't, she'll get mad at me again.
Sam, when you're having problems, it's okay to ask an adult for help. I'm sure that you can't trust everything I'm saying right now because we haven't known one another that long, but I want you to live a better life than what that monster was giving you. I want you to have fun and be happy.
But I'm not a part of your family. I don't want to make you upset too.
I will say this over and over if I have to. You are not going to make me upset. You are not a problem to me. You are my little sister, and I want to take care of you. You're going to be okay. How about you come back home with me, and we can think about what's happened some more there. You have really gone and done it now, you witch. Once again, you've gone and thrown away your child.
What? Did you get a call from Sam about this?
I did.
Thank goodness. I've not been able to get anything from her this whole time. I thought she had passed away or something, and I didn't know what was going to happen.
What? Why are you laughing?
It's not that. I was worried this whole time about her. Sam happens to be a pretty strong little girl for her age. Like you, she won't ever complain to me.
Since she wouldn't complain, you thought that was good enough reason to leave her behind? I should have curb-stomped your head the last time I saw you.
But the fact that she's okay still is great. She really is like her dad. And you've been taking care of her now, right?
Is that all you have to say about this? Are you not even sorry for what you've done to her?
I did a good job raising her to the age of 10, so she shouldn't have anything to complain about. Not like she complained even if there was a problem.
You did a good job raising her? How the hell was any of that a good job, you idiot? When I went to your house to get her, the whole place was trashed and looked like it had been abandoned for years. And she's been wearing the same freaking clothes since the last time I saw her. She wasn't even taking a bath anymore and would just wash her head in the sink from time to time. And from what she told me, the only food she's been getting is your leftovers, right?
It's a busy life being a single mother.
You're no mother, you jerk. Don't you dare tell me you've been too busy to care for her when you don't even care about her to begin with. All you are is hopeless, nothing else. The only thing you're good at is making babies, and that's it. What a witch.
What? Are you going to complain now? If that's all you want to do, then I don't have time to listen to you. Luckily, you took the brat off my hands, so I can just block you now. I think that's what I'll do.
You really are a hopeless human. Not human, but pile of crap. After all you've done with your life, I hope you rot in a prison somewhere.
Huh? A prison? What are you trying to say about me now?
I already called the police about this.
Huh? Why would you do that?
Because you have been mistreating your child.
Listen, do not start wasting my time with the police over something that is between family members. The last fight I had with my boyfriend was the worst, but even then we both agreed to not do anything about one another after. Sure, you may have found yourself a good job now, but you still know nothing about how adults handle things.
When did that happen? When did you get into that fight with your boyfriend last? Because from what I heard, things ended differently. And I think you're going to be put under arrest now.
Why? I've not been doing anything wrong here. I never even raised my hands to anyone.
The fact that you don't do anything and leave your child to die is the problem here. You have to understand that there is something mentally wrong with you, right? You've done something that is very much not okay and can get you placed in prison for it. I'm sure you knew all that, though. And that's why you ran away, hoping I'd go and get Samantha at some point before something worse happened.
Elisa, I'm in a bit of trouble myself, all right? That was not a choice I wanted to make. But I think it's much better that you take care of her now instead of me, right?
So you made the choice to just leave the house and her?
To be honest, I was going to ask you to take her for me.
Bullcrap. How come you never called a foster home or something before you just left her in that house with nothing but water to drink for 5 days? Maybe I know why you didn't call. It's because you knew that they would ask you about what's happened to make you give up a 10-year-old girl, and after hearing your excuses, they might now take her. You knew that would happen.
I didn't know about that.
If you're not able to be a mother and care for her, then you could have at least handed her to someone that is able to do so before leaving. What the hell is your problem? What do you think of Sam? I don't want to have to compare things to her, but what you've done is 10 times worse than what you did to me. Sam had nobody else in that house to help her. No father that would come home later that day to discover his wife had left them.
I had no other options, all right? I haven't been able to talk with her father recently. Honestly, you all should be thanking me for taking care of her up until recently, all right?
You haven't been able to talk with her dad anymore? I'm not sure that's the case. From what I've heard, Sam's real father wasn't even your boyfriend. He was another man you slept with before you decided you wanted to get married to your current boyfriend.
Huh? Why do you know about that?
Because for a little while, Sam was able to meet with her real father. And for the past few weeks, I've been working to uncover what's been going on with you. That's why I know that at this moment, you're with yet another man who you're living with now. I'm going to tell your new man about all of this, and then the police will take your ass to jail. I was just on the phone with the police a second ago, and they said they'll be on their way to talk with you real soon. If you try to run away from them, you'll only be making the punishment worse on yourself.
Wait, 1 second. I still haven't told my current boyfriend that I have a child, and it looks like the two of us have a chance of getting married, so stop all that.
You're going to jail, so there isn't going to be any getting married. You really are such a freaking idiot. All you care about is yourself, you witch.
Hey, Elisa, please. Tell the police that you got it all wrong. Tell them I became sick and had to go to the hospital or something. Just make up some kind of excuse for me.
That's all over with now.
All right, how about you just give me Sam back, and I'll do a better job of taking care of her this time. I won't throw her out like that again. And from now on, I'll never bother you or your dad again.
I don't believe a single word of what you're saying to me right now. I have not forgotten what you did to me back when I was so young. You left me at home all by myself while Dad was away for business, and I had to take care of myself for 2 days before he got back. And you did all that because you were too lazy to be a real mother, and ran off to your new man in order to have a better life with him. Back then, I was afraid of what would happen to me, and those memories will never be forgotten. I didn't even have any food to eat then, and there was no such thing as a smartphone yet. I didn't have any way to call anyone. The only way I was able to keep myself alive was by running to Grandma's house to save myself. And I still remember all of that like it was yesterday.
And back then, I just needed to go get some money was all.
Shut it. I don't want to listen to you go on anymore. The police and I are in front of your boyfriend's place right now. Your life of being a half-assed mother ends today. You are never going to live life as you've known it in this world again, you frickin' witch. Right after that, the police began to knock at the door of her boyfriend's apartment, and before she could answer them, they were opening the door on her. She ran into the bathroom of the apartment screaming and begging for them to give her one more chance. but none of the officers were going to have any of it. She had locked herself in there, so it took some handwork from the policeman to finally break the door down and get out of the apartment. Outside, she was immediately put into handcuffs and walked out to be put into a police car before getting taken to the local police station. I was standing out there watching all of this go down, and as she was being walked to the car, she started screaming at me, saying I'm going to rot in hell for ruining her chance of getting married again, as well as calling me a terrible daughter to her, which is strange because I already made it clear that I wasn't her daughter anymore. After a night of staying there, she was then moved to a prison where she's living her life as we speak for the crimes she committed. Unfortunately, however, since what she'd done didn't lead to any direct harm to Sam, she most likely will only spend a year or so there before being let out on parole. When she was getting taken away by the police that day, her boyfriend had pulled up to ask what was going on. I explained to him everything that she'd done, and this left him in shock. But not as much as she was hoping for, as they hadn't been together long enough for him to feel any true connection to her. Honestly, he was more surprised about the state of his apartment when he walked back in there, and didn't even realize that his girlfriend had that much energy in her to create a mess like that. Although he was the one pretty shocked by the state his apartment was left in that day, I was in even more shock myself when talking to the police after the car carrying the witch had left. The officer explained to me that, unfortunately, even though she was going to be charged with a few things related to child neglect and things like that, none of it was serious enough to keep her in jail a long time. I feel as though someone who is that horrible of a human being to her kids should face some of the worst punishments imaginable. But myself and the rest of the family have made sure that when she does get out of prison, none of us will go near her. And we've even been able to get a restraining order on her so that she can't come within 500 feet of the property. So I guess I feel a little bit better about that. I'm really not sure if she's going to learn anything about what she did while in that prison. But at least with all of this, Sam no longer has to be alone living in that pigsty of a house, and can begin to live a life that any child her age should be living. Luckily, just a few weeks after her mom was taken to prison, she was allowed by the court to come and live with us. She isn't related in any way to my dad, and she's only related to me because of my mother. Honestly, I've barely been around Sam at all, yet she is still my little sister. For a little bit, I was sure my dad and grandma would be against me letting her come and live with us, but they understood that Sam didn't do anything wrong and was in the same shoes as me, so they let her become a part of our family. To be honest, for a little bit, I was thinking of having Sam put into a foster home as well, since I don't really know all too much about her. But I really don't want my little sister to be alone anymore like her mom was doing to her. This might just be a part of my ego, but she really had nobody else around to help her. I had my dad and my grandma back when I was abandoned, but Sam has nobody else but me now. I'm still not sure if the decision I've made in having Sam come and live with us is right or not, but after putting a lot of thought into it, I'm sure never going to regret it. Currently, Sam is going back to elementary school again. And since she now has us for a family, she's coming home from school smiling every day. I know that I don't have a lot of experience being a big sister or an adult at this point, but I want to take what all I do know and use it to make sure she has a good life for herself here. I also want to make sure to thank both my dad and my grandma for understanding me and letting Sam come stay with us. It is because of them, after all, that I was able to become the responsible woman I am now, and have learned how to both communicate and trust people. I hope that by having a proper family around her, Sam will be able to learn how to become a woman just like I did, and will be forever happy because of it. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.